Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So this is my third month of learning the handpan, and while I usually just do some playing and kind of give my commentary in the description, this month I want to talk about something that I've been working on all month and is still really tricky, but hopefully some of the information that I have synthesized can help you on your handpan journey. And the topic of this is harmonics. So if you are new to music, you might not understand or know what a harmonic is. So if you're playing handpan and people keep talking about harmonics, you're like, what is that? Which is a great question. So we're going to start with the way a handpan is tuned. So you've got your handpan, and we're just going to focus on one note because all of the notes on a handpan are like this if you've got a decent handpan. So we're going to start with the ding in the center of this one. So you've got your ding right here, and I'm pretty sure this one is a D. So you hear that low D. Sounds pretty cool. But the interesting thing about handpans is this is a D, but the way that they tune it means they also tune into this one specific tone field a octave of D, which means one higher D, and they also tune in the fifth of D. So you're also hearing an A in here as well. There's 3 notes you're hearing just in this one note struck. And that's what gives handpans their kind of unique, really resonant sound, is all those tones that are tuned into the one note. It's really cool. So basically, harmonics is the practice of isolating each of those tuned overtones in there. So when we play this, we hear all of them. We hear the low D especially. And then you can also hear the A and the high D a little more faintly, and they give the note sort of a roundness that sounds really cool. But when you're playing harmonics, the idea is you want to isolate either the fifth or the octave. And the way to do that is you first have to understand how these extra tones are tuned. So each of your tone fields, which is what we call like these big flat spaces with the things in the middle, each of these is tuned, and it's not quite a circle. You can see that it's sort of like an egg shape, like an oval. This one is really pronounced, but if you look at your handpan closely, you should see that your own tone circles are also sort of this more oval-like shape. And in order to tune those extra notes in there, along one line, this is the up and down, sort of divides it in half lengthwise. Along this line, they're going to tune one note. And along this kind of shorter line that divides it in half horizontally, that one is the other extra note on there. So that's how they tune them. So in order to find those notes and isolate them, the best way to do it is to cover up the other extra tone that you don't want to hear. So you may or may not be familiar with the concept of dampening. Dampening is basically stopping sound with either your hands, or lots of instruments can use other techniques, but handpans, we use our hands. So to dampen the whole note, you would just basically do this. Put your hand on there, it stops all the sound because the metal stops vibrating, right? So in order to hear the harmonic, we want to dampen just one specific note. So I'm going to put my finger right here along this axis, and then I'm going to put my other hand right here and try and play along this shorter axis. So listen. You can hear that. That's the octave right there. And it can be really tricky because you have to find the right spot. If I get my hand just a little too far over here, you can't hear it as well. There's going to be a spot where it will ring out super clearly, and that's your harmonic. Okay. So now we're going to try the other one. That's the octave right there. So we're going to try and find the fifth. And in order to do that, we want to dampen this octave that we just played, right? So I'm going to put my finger here to dampen that. And I'm going to play along this one, because this is the fifth. So listen to this. This is pretty cool, right? So that is the very basic idea of harmonics, and we're just isolating tones that are already tuned in to the entire drum. And it works on, like I said, every single one of your tone fields. So let's try over here. I'm just gonna adjust a little bit so you can see this a little better, and we'll do this one right here. So here's my up and down line. Here's my side to side line. So to hear the fifth, you can try and go right here. Here's the standard note. There you go. There's the octave. Okay, so to hear the fifth, we're going to dampen that octave. To find that sweet spot. So here we go. This is the standard note. And then our fifth. And I am just learning this technique. So I'm not going to be as 100% at it. It definitely takes some practice. But hopefully that helps any of you who are trying to figure out what harmonics are and how exactly to do them. So I'm just going to kind of play around with it a little bit and sort of give you an idea of how you can incorporate harmonics into your composition. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click on that subscription button right up there. Otherwise, if you would like to join my Patreon or buy me a coffee, the links to those are down in the description. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day.